Alright, welcome back. This is going to be a how-to on installing an aftermarket radio on your car. What you're going to need is, this is my way of doing it. I use heat shrink. I hate cutting wires, so I buy a factory radio adapter harness. There's the aftermarket radio harness, soldering iron, and then solder. So I'm going to start by unraveling the aftermarket wires. Leave that one for last. And with this harness, it's very simple. It's literally color to color. So what I'm gonna start is, I did that, unraveled that, and I'm gonna take out all the tips, or mainly all of them. I'm gonna go one by one because you won't have to use every single one. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna cut the heat shrink, a couple of them, so about the size that I'm gonna need to cover the wires, just to have some of them ready. And then we're literally gonna go color to color. So I'm gonna go yellow to yellow, and I just twist them together. There's a lot of different ways to go by this. Oh, sorry, rewind. You have to put the heat shrink in first, and then you're gonna twist them together. And you're gonna do that to every single one. Make sure the colors are matching. So red to red, put the heat shrink, boom, then red to red. There. And continue on until you finish all of them. After you twist all of them together, it's gonna look pretty ugly. But now we're gonna solder every single one. So I'm gonna turn on the soldering iron here. Oops. Now I'm gonna let that heat up. After you solder, it should be something similar to that, and do that to every single wire. And then we're gonna put the heat shrink over every single one so that it protects the wire, and just heat it up. After you have all of them heat shrunken, should all look like a pretty clean harness. You're gonna have some extra cables, as per usual. Remote cable. This one has a mute and a reverse gear input, so the radio should now be just plug and play. Now we're gonna transfer over. Now we're gonna transfer over the AC controls and the hazard button to the dash kit. All right, now we got everything out of the stock one, and we're gonna transfer it to this one over here. Right here. So we're gonna transfer everything into this before we do the radio itself. Bam, everything transferred over. Oh wait, not completely. I know this was in full, so you wanna match it up. Make sure you put it where it goes. And this was all the way cold. That's it. Now on to the radio. So we're doing a Pioneer 4200 NEX with the dash kit. So it should be somewhat similar to that with the bezel and everything. So I'm gonna start putting the trim pieces on this part here. So basically you put this one. Oh, I'm sweating. You're gonna put this so that this is facing down. This is basically what you just put some sort of support, kinda, I guess. And it comes with the screws, so you just have to put it in. Drop the screw, of course. Alright, there we go. So we got the bezel in. So I just gotta get them. The radio brought its own hardware, so I use theirs. And I want it to sit flush, basically. Maybe a little bit out. Right there. So that's where I wanted to sit. Put that there for now. Put the other side. Oh shit. I might have to take off the AC, right? No, I might. I have to. Let's see if the screw makes it. Hey, what's in it? Oh, did I? Hey, I didn't have to take it out. Awesome. And I dropped another screw. There we go. That's mounted. Looking nice. And we already did the harness for this, so it's literally plug and play everything from now. And eventually I'm gonna put an amp and stuff, so I have to run those wires. So I just have to plug this in, and I left the antenna wire in my house, so I have to take this out again. Anyway, I'll just go pick it up before I put it in completely. Let's just test everything out. I plugged everything back. Oh shit. I can actually test it to see. And I'm burning hot. And that's it, simple as that. I'm just gonna put the dash back together, obviously, but that's the basics of how to install an aftermarket radio onto your car. That's it.